Good morning. On behalf of myself, Father Matt, welcome all of you, particularly any guests who might be joining us today. Speaking of guests, we have a seminarian here. His name's Ryan Mann. He's from the Ottawa area, went to Marquette Academy. During Ryan's 7th and 8th grade years at Marquette Academy, I was his chaplain. Ryan was one of those kids who was always in the office. He, in fact, was not a troublemaker, but more of a teacher's pet. And so Ryan was seriously in the office quite a bit. I think he thought he was on staff, but he was given more responsibilities, I think, than most kids. As I moved on, he went into high school, and from what I would hear, his role of being an office runner would continue. He had an all-time hall pass. But he was salutatorian at his high school. He missed it by .01. Not that he's keeping track. But Ben would like me to tell you that he was valedictorian of his class. Ryan would want me to tell you, though, that Ben was homeschooled. So Ryan had a long weekend, came home and buzzed down today to hang out with his buddy and to serve Mass for us. So we're blessed to have Ryan and Ben with us today. How many of you take cold showers? Anybody sleep on the floor? No, right? Why would we do that when we could take a hot shower and sleep on a comfy bed? In general, we like our comforts. And comforts in general are not a bad thing. I like watching Life Below Zero. It's a show on National Geographic, and it's interesting. It shows the life of a handful of different people or families that live up in remote Alaska and just have hard lives, right? They're anything and everything they have to work for. Some of them don't even use machinery. They're like walking, they're using snowshoes, walking miles just to like put some traps up. To get water, they're like axing frozen lakes and getting buckets. I think half the show is them like rationalizing and telling you how happy they are doing this, living this life. And I'm sitting there in my lazy boy thinking, you're crazy. To certain respects, when we look at different sacrifices or sufferings, they don't make sense if we think of things the way the world thinks of things. But with a lens of faith, actually, we can make choices to forego something that's pleasurable, something that we enjoy, and there's actually a value in that through the lens of faith. And we're on the eve of we're preparing for the Lenten season. We're going to be thinking of something we enjoy, and we're going to be giving it up, making a choice. I'm going to give something up that I enjoy. Why do we do that? One is that we grow in willpower, our ability to say no to something that's good. And we know our vocations in our life often demand us to not say yes to anything and everything we want to do, right? No, like our vocations demand that of us. We need a strengthening of our willpower to be able to give of ourselves more to Christ. But we also know that our sufferings have value. We look at the cross of Jesus and we're like, that has a purpose. It's not for nothing. Well, so too, you and I are incorporated into Christ's body as members of his body, and our sufferings have value by virtue of participating in his. And so these sacrifices we do, whether voluntarily take on in Lent, our practice as it were, or in real life when we don't as such necessarily choose them, these sacrifices have meaning, have value as we unite them to Christ's. Here at this parish, we strive to give of ourselves back to Christ, right? We're members of his body, and not only do our sufferings and sacrifices have meaning and value, but so too, God asks us to cooperate with him. He uses us. I'd like to invite Kurt and Jen Gibson forward. They're parishioners who themselves, throughout their time here at this parish, have strived to give of themselves back to Christ, to this church, and to our parishioners.
Thank you, Father. Good morning. My name is Jennifer Gibson, and our family has been a part of St. Patrick's Parish for 21 years. I was born into a large Catholic family, and Kurt and I have been blessed to have 4 sons of our own. When we moved to Bloomington, we made plans to scout out local Catholic churches to determine which one would best meet our family's needs. However, we only made it to one church, and we knew that we were home. We learned early on that this church was special, and it offered our entire family ways to grow in our love and service to Christ. While we know that each person's faith is often personal, we have learned through the many opportunities that St. Patrick's has to offer that the best way to grow one's faith is through a more active involvement in the parish. As a teacher, I often encourage my students to push themselves to grow by being comfortable with being uncomfortable. This is the same charge that I have given myself on my journey to grow closer to God. We know this can seem daunting with the busyness of family life, but we were so fortunate to have so many opportunities to deepen our faith and feeling of community, even when our children were younger. We participated in Children's Liturgy of the Word, Religious Ed, One Homeless Night, Tech, and Ministry of Moms Sharing, but also had the benefit of so many special parish carnivals, family activities, Donut Sunday, and special masses as well. As our children grew and our schedules became more flexible, we have deepened our faith through small groups, Bible studies, and RCIA, while also coming for the fun times of Trivia Night and Advent by candlelight. We have had most of our family visit and join us in celebrations and activities here at our church, and we are always so proud to let them see the vibrant faith community that we are blessed with here. From our first day here, we have felt welcomed at St. Pat's. We know that this is a reflection of priests that have been so approachable and helpful in guiding us all to find our way. From Father Jerry to Father Greg to Father Schultz and all of our other priests, we are blessed as a parish to have had these spiritual leaders in our lives. Priests who have encouraged us to be involved personally through things such as the 1% Challenge and communally by helping with the duties of Mass and other parish events. Our priests are just a few of the special blessings that we have here in our parish. We are all the hands and feet of God, and we are always so happy to come to our church and see so many people that we know and call friends. We believe this is a result of our commitment to not only expecting to receive when we come to Mass, but we also our belief that we should give when we come to church.
Thank you, Jen, and thank you, Father. My name is Kurt Gibson, and unlike Jennifer, I did not grow up in a Catholic family, but I did join the Catholic Church some 4 years ago, going through the RCIA process. And it was a fairly serendipitous time in our lives because it was also a time when Jennifer went through a serious health issue. And during that time, certainly the love and the support and the prayers of this congregation helped strengthen us through that very difficult period. And it really underscores how blessed not only we are, but all of us to be a part of this wonderful parish at St. Patrick. Our family has been able to develop a number of meaningful relationships with parishioners and staff over the 2+ decades we've been here in town. And we've been able to take in many of the events that Jennifer has mentioned. And it's our hope that by being involved in the church, it's made an impact on our boys, and they understand the importance of having a relationship not only with God, but within their parish. And so to all of you with young families out there, know that your weekly attendance at Mass is making an impact on your children's lives. But now that our boys have grown, Jennifer and I have more time and whatever talents we possess to share with the parish, and that's been tremendously rewarding for both of us. It was from this spot some 4 or 5 years ago, I believe, that Father Bolick reminded us that our greatest ability is our availability. And so we would encourage you on this Commitment Sunday to prayerfully consider any way that you can give of your talents to the church. When you do, you're going to feel not only a deeper connection and relationship with God, but you'll be making an impact on this parish. Thank you, and have a great day.